Why is it so hard to stick to new habits? Is it possible you've been approaching them the wrong way all along? What if I told you building habits isn't about motivation, it's about strategy? Today, we are exploring how to build habits that actually stick. I'll share a personal story, a failure turned to success, some of my favorite quotes that will shift how you think about habits, and practical steps you can apply starting today. By the end of this episode, I hope you'll leave feeling confident that you have a framework to build habits that last a lifetime. A few years ago, I wanted to wake up at 5 a.m. every day to start my mornings with exercise and journaling. I was basing it off of The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And I went on the first day, set my alarm, laid out my clothes, and even prepped my coffee. But honestly, by day 3, I was exhausted, hitting snooze, and quite frankly, giving up. The problem? I was trying to change too much, too fast. Eventually, I started smaller, waking up 10 minutes earlier each week. And for me at that time, that meant like 6:45, 6:50. And simply writing one sentence in my journal. Before I knew it, I had built my morning routine that I loved and stuck to effortlessly, but I built it over time with little tweaks, not all at once. Because it's easy to start waking up at 5:45 if you're normally waking up at 6, and then eventually turn that to 5:40, 5:35, or 5:20. And making those 10-minute increments, it's not as drastic, and it actually is a way that you can stick to it consistently by doing it over time. I always say it's better to be able to stick to something consistently than be full force in something for 2 days and then not do it again for 20. I love this quote, "You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." That's by the one and only James Clear. He actually has my absolute favorite book on habits called Atomic Habits. Highly recommend if you are looking for a deep dive into how to build long-lasting habits. I also love this quote by Jim Rohn. "Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what gets you going." And last but not least, small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements over time. John C. Maxwell. Now, I want to give you 4 actionable steps you can take to build a lasting habit. 1, start small. Focus on tiny, manageable actions. For example, if you want to start reading, begin with 1 page a day. For me, I wanted to start journaling every morning and every night before bed. But quite honestly, sometimes I'm so tired and I would go in and I would write 2 sentences, and now I look forward to that time and I love looking back on everything I did from those short recaps even. But it was better to start with 2 sentences than not to start at all. 2, anchor new habits. Attach new habits to existing ones. For example, after I brush my teeth, I'll meditate for 1 minute. Or after I brush my hair, I will do 2 push-ups. You can connect a healthy habit to a habit that you have that already exists. 3, track your progress. Use a habit tracker to build momentum and visualize your consistency. You don't even have to use a fancy app or a computer. You can do what I do. Currently, I'm doing 21 days giving up of ice. And I put 21 sticky notes on the wall. And each day as I go through, I'm like, oh, okay, I only have 10 days left. I have 9 days left. But I'm watching myself, and then I put that sticky note on the success side, and I'm watching them go from need to be done to successfully done. And that visual for me, and for some reason, knowing that I stuck to what I said I was going to do that day, it feels good, and it feels good to see it, to see the progress, to see that, wow, I've made it 10 days doing that habit, or 10 days giving up that vice, whatever it is. But watching those sticky notes move from incomplete to complete is a good feeling for me. 4, focus on identity. Instead of saying, I want to work out, I should work out, say, I'm becoming the kind of person who prioritizes health. Add in the I am statement. We don't rise to the level of our shoulds, we rise to the level of our musts. And so make it a must for you. Okay, you guys, what is one habit you've been struggling to build? Take a moment to ask yourself. I can tell you mine. For me, it was going to the gym 5 days a week. And how I've found myself doing that more frequently, I'm not perfect yet, but I'm making progress, is by getting an accountability partner. I have a friend that lives by me. We go to the same gym, and I know that if I'm going to meet her at the gym, I'm more likely to show up. And I make it easy. I chose a gym that's close to my house, so that way it's not 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. It's easy for me also to go to the gym when I can go to a group fitness class, because sometimes when it's early in the morning, I don't want to have to think about the exercises I'm doing. And going into something that's 45 minutes to an hour where they run us through the circuit of what we're doing that day makes the habit easy. So find a way to make it small, easy, and get an accountability partner if you can. Then write it down and start today. All right, if this episode gave you a new perspective on habits, please share it with a friend who needs it. And don't forget to subscribe to the show. Every week, I'll give you more practical tips to live boldly and intentionally. And until next time, start small, stay consistent. Thank you for listening. This is Victoria Chanel with your reminder that the change starts with you. Now go be great. Do not wait. I believe in you.